Hey guys, this is Bruce of ConvoCourses, and today we're going to be talking about a cyber lead position in Fall Church, Virginia. Before we start, I want to let you guys know that if you're interested in knowing how I'm able to get all of these job opportunities week after week after week, you should know that I have a tutorial, a course where you can actually see exactly how I'm able to do this. If you're interested in that, I will put the link in the card. That'll be in one of the corners up there. It'll be at the end screen, but also it'll be in the link below if you're interested. Just go ahead and check it out. It's free to sign up, and I release different content on that site from time to time that is a little bit higher quality than the stuff you see here. It's a little bit more focused than the stuff that you see here on YouTube. Okay, let's get into this. So we're talking about a cyber lead position in Fall Church, Virginia. And it is a top secret clearance required position, as a lot of the jobs on the East Coast in Virginia, Washington, D.C., doing cybersecurity type work, a lot of them require some kind of clearance. And they're looking for an IAT level certification. And let me show you what that means real quick. IAT Level 3. This is an IAT Level 3 certification. So it's based off of the government has a standard of approved baseline certifications. Federal government, that's Department of Defense, Department of Homeland Security, USCIS, Department of Energy, we're talking about the U.S. federal government departments that kind of control and manage different aspects of the United States government. They have a baseline of approved certifications that they look for IT personnel. And this is some stuff that I go in way more detail on my course, which I'll link below. But they're asking for an IAT Level 3. And so IAT, just so you know, is Information Assurance Technical. And then you have IAM as Information Assurance Manager. You've got three different levels: Level 1, Level 2, and Level 3. And so they're looking for one of these certifications right here. This changes and updates from time to time, so you got to go back and see what's what on this. So a CASP CE, a CCNP Security, a CISA, a CISP or Associate, a GCED, or a GCIH. GCIH, Incident Handling, and that comes from the SANS. CISSP comes from ISE squared. CISA, a lot of banks use this one. It is an auditor certification, and that one is coming from ISACA. CCNP Security, very difficult certification in my humble opinion, but that comes from Cisco. And CASP CE comes from CompTIA. So that's what they mean. Let's go back to where we started from. Okay, so that's IAT Level 3. They're looking for that. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys. All right. Then they say, I need a lead who has experience in managing a team. And then they say, must have HBSS and ACA risk management framework, EMAS experience. So host HBSS is, I believe this is host-based system security. Hold on. Let's just Google it. HBSS. I don't remember. I know what it is. It's a suite of, medication. It's a suite of tools. Security system. Yeah, HBSS security system. It's a suite of tools that the federal government uses to manage endpoint devices security. It's like a host-based firewall, but it's like a whole bunch of tools that are all to get put together, one of which is McAfee ePolicy Orchestrator, and then McAfee host intrusion prevention system. It's a combination of those things is what HBSS. It's like a gigantic contract, but really it's just a suite of things that you use. All right, that's what HBSS is. ACAS is another suite of tools, but it's used for scanning. And ACAS, they have these acronyms in federal government, and I never can remember these things. You know, it's basically Nessus. I know what Nessus is. Nessus is a scanning tool, but ACAS in particular is a suite of different things, and it stands for Assured Compliance Assessment Solution. And that's being managed right now by HP Enterprise Services and Tenable. Tenable is the guys who control and own Nessus, which is a vulnerability and network scanner. So it says ACAS is the selected platform for vulnerability management and reporting for the Department of Defense, and yada yada yada. It goes into other stuff, SCAP and stuff like that. But that's what ACAS is. Risk management framework. So this is something I do all the time. RMF, risk management framework, is it's a bunch of rules and processes that come together to manage the risk, lower the risk of a system. And it's broken down into 6 or 7 different steps, where after you're all done, your system, at the very least, you know more about the risk to your organization as far as the vulnerabilities on that system in your environment, because it's not just on the system. It's in your processes, it's in your policy, it's in your physical security. You take all that stuff into account. It gives you an idea of what kind of risk levels that you have. And some of those risk levels are unacceptable. Some of them are more acceptable than others. So that's, in a nutshell, that's what risk management. And if you're interested in a risk management framework and knowing more about it, it pays very, very well. I have a whole course on risk management, not only risk management framework, but becoming an information system security officer, doing that type of work. What I would suggest is, if you have some IT background, you have some sort of IT background and you want to get into security, highly recommend going into it. If you don't have any background, if you have no experience, this course is probably not for you. This is for some people with some experience, because I'm talking about pretty high level things. I'm expecting you to come in knowing a certain amount. If you just want to be knowledgeable of this stuff, and it's very helpful for knowing other frameworks, because there's international frameworks, there's credit card frameworks, there's hospital frameworks. Risk management framework is a really good way to understand all of those, because once you understand it, all of those other ones make more sense. Okay, and then the last thing is EMAS. EMAS is just like a big database where it collects several things. It can collect documentation to do risk management framework process. I believe vulnerability management information can be collected on EMAS. It's a system where people manage, it's a centralized managed system. It manages the security posture of an environment. So I hope I got that one right. So let's keep going here. So they want to know all this information, and that's it. I will put the contact information, and they're really not saying much about this job. That tells me that you need to contact them and get more information if you're interested in this. I will put all the contact information below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.